am I eating enough calories? I need to track calories because I don't think I'm eating enough. I can't even fathom that this is what I'm saying. Oh my God, this medication might actually work. And that was super shocking to me. You might be thinking, what is she talking about? She's taking weight loss medication. What does she think it's gonna do? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm really excited to have you back. If you haven't watched my first video, which is about week 1 on Wegovy, I would really encourage you to go back and watch that video because that will give you, some starting information on my first week, but also a little bit of my journey of why I started on Wegovy, why I started on weight loss medication. But thanks so much for being here. Just a little disclaimer that what I talk about today is my own experience. I am not a health or medical professional, and it is just for entertainment purposes. With that, let's get started. Last week, being week 1, my ending weight was 84.5 kilos, which is 186 pounds. Wow. 1.6 kilos in 1 week is insane. I know there was a lot of talk that in your first week you will lose water weight, but it's 1.6 kilos. I was pretty excited. One of the biggest things that, just getting comfy for our chat. And I've got my drink. Thanks for allowing that. Second week. One of the biggest things that, which is so funny to say that this is one of the biggest things considering it's the whole thing that the medication does, is to lower your appetite. But it blew me out of the water how extreme that was. Like, you could just, if you didn't concentrate and really think, I need to have lunch, I need to have dinner, I need to have breakfast, you could go basically a whole part of the day and not eat. I'm not saying that's healthy, and I'm not saying to do that. 100% I'm saying the opposite, but I'm just saying that if you get caught up in your life, if you get caught up in your work, and that would never happen generally with me. I would always be focused on, what am I having for breakfast? And while I'm having breakfast, what am I having for lunch? While I'm having lunch, what am I having for dinner? And also, while I'm having those meals, what do you think that I could have in between? I'm a little bit peckish. I'm a little hungry. So that was my internal thinking all the time. Right, what can I have? On the weekend, we're going out. What can I order off the menu? We're going out. I might be able to duck into a drive-thru and get something yummy. It was just never ending. I was always thinking about food. Because of that, what I was explaining, how extreme for me, the lack of wanting to eat, and how much my appetite was suppressed, not repressed. How much my appetite was suppressed. I had to really have a better game plan. I thought about it. I thought, I can't just go on like this. I can't just go every day and just trying to remember like I normally did, which I would never forget before because I always wanted to eat. So these are the things that I come up with that I found were helpful in my circumstance. The first thing was I decided to go back to tracking calories. I know. Who wants to do that? But as we all know, it has so many many good reasons to do it. The biggest reason for me was that because I didn't really want to eat, I wasn't hungry, I was actually really starting to think, wow, how many calories am I eating? Am I eating enough calories? I just, mind blown. Am I eating enough calories? I need to track calories because I don't think I'm eating enough. I can't even fathom that this is what I'm saying. I just can't. Anyway, but this is what I was living. This was week 2. I thought, okay, let's track my calories. So I did do that. And within the first couple of days of tracking it, I realized my calories were definitely too low. So I think, from going through a health professional, through a GP, after providing them with information, obviously my starting weight, my height, all of that, they came up with how many calories I should be eating, which, as you know, is different for everyone. And even if I say how many calories that is for me on this weight loss medication, please don't take that's what you should be having, because it depends on so many things: weight, height, how much energy you expel, all of that. Please don't follow to the T what I'm doing. It's just my personal experience. But my calories of where I needed to be was 1,200 each day. Now, when I first started tracking, and I was just using an app, I think I used Fitness Pal, I think it's called, and I've used that in the past a million times. I was sometimes only reaching about 800 calories, which for any of you like me who have been on those health journeys, I wish they were health journeys, weight loss journeys, you'll know that by consuming not enough calories, that is super harmful as well. Your body goes into starvation mode. Potentially it will start using your muscle. It's exactly 100% not what you want to be happening. So that was the main reason why I started, and I am so glad I did, because then I was able to ensure that not only was I trying to divide those calories up throughout the day, but also making sure that I wasn't going into starvation mode and doing anything silly. I'm not in this weight loss journey to, lose all my kilos in 4 weeks and then just gain it all back straight away. Like, it's just, it's not what I'm trying to avoid it, is what I'm trying to say. So, track my calories. The second thing that I realized big time that I needed to do, which was helpful because of tracking the calories, was to track protein. So as I had said in week 1, after I'd gotten started and realized, oh my God, this medication is amazing. I don't have food noise in my head screaming at me 24/7 anymore. And I did a massive amount of binging about weight loss medications, specifically your GLP-1s. One of the biggest things that the health professionals that weren't bagging the crap out of it were saying was that you need to have a massive increase in your protein that you're bringing in each day, because otherwise you can find yourself in some trouble later. So what they were saying was, if you don't increase your protein enough, let me start that over again. I'm not explaining this very well, sorry. Basically, when you're on a weight loss program, or you're on any sort of weight loss journey, that's not what I want to say, not weight loss journey, that sounds stupid. Program. When you're on a weight loss program, no matter how much weight loss you have, you are always going to lose a portion of lean muscle mass. To help minimize that as much as possible. Hello, Gary. Gary's come on the chair to say hello. Hey, Gary. Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa. Hello, Papa. Hello, baby. Look at Gary. Hello, Papa. Don't eat my notes. Don't eat my notes. He come to say hello. Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Gosh. Now I've got this all. Okay. Do not chew that. No, do not chew that. Basically, on any weight loss program that you go on, any time that you're losing weight, you are always going to have a portion of lean muscle mass that you lose, which you want to avoid as much as possible. You want to lose fat, not your muscle. So to minimize that, you increase your protein. I don't have the exact amounts in front of me right now, but on one of my other videos, I'll make sure I put the exact amounts of what they recommend. There's a recommendation of how many grams of protein you should have per kilo of weight that you are. But for me, that was somewhere between, say, 100 grams and 120 grams of protein. So by tracking my calories, I was also basically tracking my protein, which was really good. And, you know, I'm so glad that I did do that, because I was definitely not even close to what protein I should have been, you know, bringing into my body to make sure that, you know, I minimized that muscle loss. Now that's the first two things that I really came across from my second week. So track my calories because I'm not eating enough, and track my protein because I'm not bringing in enough. And the other part that I didn't say as well is increasing your protein can be quite difficult, because you've decreased the calories that you're bringing in, but you've got to increase the protein that you're taking. So it's a lot of protein as a percent of what you're eating. So it's something that I would definitely recommend to looking into if you have started on a weight loss medication or any weight loss program at all. You know, really look into that, because it is important, not only for after your weight loss program and when you're going into maintenance, but also as you get older. And there's a lot of people talking online about how a lot of worry about people who are on these type of medications and what it means for them when they get older. So, you know, it is really important. I would definitely look into that further for yourself. The third thing that I really had a big realization about in the third week was, oh my God, this medication might actually work. And that was super shocking to me. You might be thinking, what is she talking about? She's taking weight loss medication. What does she think it's going to do? But if you're someone like me and many people that I know who have tried so many things over their life, so many weight loss, you know, programs, as I talked about in week 1, shakes and calorie deficits and Atkins and eat this and don't eat that, and you know, you get the meals delivered, and you like, there are so many things that I've tried. It's mind-boggling. So to actually have something that was very freeing in my mind, because the food noise wasn't there, but also to see my appetite change in such a huge way. And as I said, yes, there was a few days where it was too low and it was an unhealthy low, but I reflected and I started tracking my calories so I could get a better handle on making sure that I was eating enough. So once, you know, I started doing those things, I really started to think, oh my God, this might work. This actually might work. So that was the third thing that I came out of week 2. Each week I like to give an update of how I went with exercise, because that, as well as protein, which I'll talk about a little bit more in another week, exercise is so important. Any sort of exercise, any movement, just get moving. So this week I managed, in my diary, I've got written here, I did 2 workouts and I did 2 walks. So, not fabulous, but at least I was moving. Really good. Another update was that I am still not drinking. So week 2, still not drinking. Still have no wanting to have a drink, no inkling, not interested. And I'm a person who would Friday, Saturday night, even if I was home, just with my husband, might have a glass or 2 of wine. Certainly when I go out and socialize, I would have a glass of wine, have a beer, no interest. So still no drinking. Let me see what else I needed to update you on. The side effects, again, still very minimal. I spoke last week, get ready for it, because this is a too much information moment. I went 3 days without pooping, and that was actually right at the end of week 1 into week 2, and I pooped again, and I've been pooping fine since. So, that side effect for myself was only short-lived, thank goodness. So that's all fine. We've got that under control. Most of my side effects into week 2 are positive ones. Lack of food noise, low appetite. So far, so good. So that brings us to weight loss at the end of week 2. Okay, at the end of week 2, I weighed 82.6 kilos, which is 182 pounds. That is a loss of 1.9 kilos, which is 4.1 pounds. That's a total loss of 3.5 kilos. And I'll have to work out the pounds, which I'll put here. Yes. 3.5 kilos. Let me look up what pounds that is for you guys. Okay. Took me long enough. So 3.5 kilos is 7.7 pounds. That's at the end of my 2nd week. 7.7 pounds or 3.5 kilos. Mind blown. So awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I've rambled on enough. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much, even more. If you could please just hit the like button for me. And if you could even subscribe, it helps me so much. And if you don't like what content keeps coming out, you can always unsubscribe. But if you could please go and hit that subscribe button, it's much appreciated. And I can't wait to see you in the next video